Brahmana and Vaishnava. The conclusive comparison between Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, Saraswati Thakur. Translated by Bhumipati Das. Continuation 6. Has the king of Smritis, Hari Bhakti Vilas, been neglected by such persons because the above verse from the Vishnu Yamala is quoted in the beginning of its fifth Vilas? This is the age of Kali, so anything is possible. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 11.7.5 it is stated, translation: O gentle one, the people in Kali Yuga will be addicted to all types of sinful activities. End translation. We have thus discussed seminal considerations regarding persons and time. Now we are quoting Manu regarding the question of place. The Manu Sanhita 2:17-24 states, translation: the tract of land founded by the demigods between the celestial Saraswati and Drishadvati rivers is called Brahmavarta. The traditional behavior of the people in the various castes and mixed classes of that land is called Sadachar, or proper behavior. Kurukshetra, Matsya, Panchala, and Shurasena, or Mathura, these four sacred provinces situated in the south of Brahmavarta are called Brahmarshi Desh. The people of this world should mold their character after the Brahmins who originally inhabited all these provinces. The province west of Prayag is named Madhya Desh. The area between the Himalaya and Vindhya mountains and stretching from the Eastern Ocean to the Western Ocean is called Aryavarta by those who are learned. The place where spotted deer naturally wander is suitable for sacrifices. Other places are known as Malecha Deshas, the lands of barbarians. Those who are twice born should endeavor to take shelter of these pure tracts of land. There is no restriction, however, on where a Sudra may earn his livelihood. Therefore, Brahmins of places other than where sacrifices are performed are understood to be residents of Malecha Deshas and behaving improperly. End translation. In Srimad Bhagavatam 11.21.8, a mood opposite to that described above is seen in the following words. Translation: among places, those bereft of the spotted antelope, those devoid of devotion to the Brahmins, those possessing spotted antelopes but bereft of respectable men, provinces like Kikata, and places where cleanliness and purificatory rites are neglected, where meat-eaters are prominent, or where the earth is barren, are all considered to be contaminated lands. End translation. Anyway, leaving aside the evidence we have quoted so far from the scriptures regarding seminal Brahmins, we will now discuss the processes mentioned in the Shastras by which a person attains the position of an actual Brahmin and who is a fit candidate for becoming a Brahmin. In the Muktikopanishad, there is a list of 108 Upanishads, among which the 38th is named Vajra Suchikopanishad. It is said that Sri Shankaracharya became famous by composing an elaborate commentary on this Upanishad. In the Vajra Suchikopanishad, it is stated, translation: I meditate on that Satchidananda supreme knowledge, endowed with 3 features, by which sages attain the wonderful platform of Brahminical culture. I invoke peace by reciting the mantra beginning, "May you be pleased." I offer my respectful obeisances to the Supreme Brahman, who possesses unlimited forms, who is known by the Vedanta, whose form is Satchidananda, and who is the witness of all activities of living intelligence. I am now speaking the Vajra Suchi Shastra. This knowledge dissipates ignorance, reproaches the ignorant persons, and is the ornament of intelligent persons with vision. There are 4 varnas: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra. According to the statements of the Vedas, the Brahmins are the highest class. This is confirmed by the Smriti as well. Therefore, the question now comes, who is a Brahmin? The living entity? The body? The caste? The knowledge? The activities? Or the religionist? Of these, which is the Brahmin? If it is proposed that the living entity is the Brahmin, that is not correct. The living entity remains the same in the past, present, or future, though he receives various types of bodies according to his karma. He remains unchanged. Therefore, the living entity is not the Brahmin. Then is the body the Brahmin? No, it is not. The bodies of human beings, down to the Chandala, are all made of the same 5 gross elements. Therefore, birth and death, and religion and irreligion equally affect all bodies. And since there is no law that the Brahmins are white, the Kshatriyas are red, the Vaishyas are yellow, and the Sudras are black, the body is therefore not the Brahmin. Moreover, when the son of a Brahmin burns the body of his dead father, he does not commit the sin of killing a Brahmin. Therefore, the body is not the Brahmin. So then, is caste the Brahmin? No, this is also not the case. Many great sages have been born of other living entities. Rishi Ashringa was born from a deer. Kaushika was born from kusha grass. Jambaka Rishi was born from a jackal. Valmiki was born from an anthill. Vyasadeva was born from a fisherman's daughter. Gautama was born from the back of a rabbit. Vashishta was born from Urvasi. And Agastya was born from a pitcher. Apart from these personalities, there are many other wise persons born from other castes who became sages. Therefore, caste is not the Brahmin. So then, is knowledge the Brahmin? No, it is not that either. Because many persons, such as Kshatriyas, were very learned and knew the absolute truth. Therefore, knowledge is also not the Brahmin. Then are activities the Brahmin? No, they are not. Because every living entity shares the common nature of having to suffer the material reactions of his karma that come to him in the future. By karma, human beings are engaged in further karma. Therefore, activities are not the Brahmin. Then is the religionist the Brahmin? No, he is not. Because many Kshatriyas give gold in charity. Therefore, the religionist is not the Brahmin. Then, who is the Brahmin? Anyone who knows the self as one, devoid of mundane caste qualities and activities, devoid of contamination by the 6 enemies and 6 waves, the personification of transcendental knowledge and bliss, beyond duality, yet the basis of all material qualities. The supersoul of all living entities, all-pervading, inside and outside, like the vast sky, endowed with uninterrupted bliss, immeasurable, known only through spiritual realization, and directly self-manifesting. One who directly realizes the self as one sees an amlaki fruit in the palm of his hand. Who lives always satisfied, devoid of faults like lust and anger. Who possesses quality like peacefulness and self-control. Who is devoid of envy, the thirst for material enjoyment, illusion, and other faults, and who is untouched by pride, false ego, and so on. Such a person is a Brahmin. This is also the opinion of the Shrutis, Smritis, Idihasyas, Puranas, and other scriptures. Otherwise, one cannot be a real Brahmin. The Upanishads instruct us that the Supreme Soul is Satchit Ananda, and the Absolute Truth, one without a second. End translation. It is stated in the Chandogya Upanishad of the Samaveda, 4th Prapataka and 4th Kanda, as follows. Translation. Satyakama, the son of Jabala, asked his mother, I want to live as a brahmachari. Which dynasty do I belong to? In answer, Jabala told Satyakama, My son, I do not know which dynasty you belong to. In my youth, I served as a maidservant in various places, and at that time begot you as my son. Therefore, I don't know which gotra you belong to. My name is Jabala, and your name is Satyakama. Therefore, you should say that you are Satyakama Jabala. Thereafter, Satyakama Jabala approached Hari Drumata Gotama and said, I wish to live with you as a brahmachari. Gotama inquired, O gentle one, which dynasty do you belong to? Satyakama replied, I do not know which dynasty I belong to. I asked my mother, and she said, I begot you as my son when I was wandering in my youth as a maidservant. Therefore, I do not know which dynasty you belong to. My name is Jabala, and your name is Satyakama. So, I am Satyakama Jabala. Gotama then said to him, My dear son, no one other than a Brahmin can speak such truth that you have spoken. Therefore, you are a Brahmin, and I accept you. O gentle one, go bring wood for sacrifice. Jabala replied, I am going right now to bring wood. Gotama said, Never divert from the truth.